welcome back to the Omega Show. I'm Maybeth.
I'm Evan.
I'm Gabriel.
And I'm Angel.
And Mari's sadly not here today, but we still have a really interesting topic. We were conversing off camera about things that our parents did to kind of keep us from lying or being bad kids, like in general. Angel was saying.
At some point, like, I really believe they're just doing it, like, to have fun, like, with raising a child, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they're like, you know what? You happened, let's get some fun out of it.
Some fun out of it.
You happened.
Like my mom, she would always, well, to start off with, she told me that 70s were a failing grade. Like, just so I would have really good grades. Ever since I was like in first grade, she would be like, remember that 70s are not acceptable, like 70s are a failing grade. You're gonna stay in that grade if you get 170. And last year, like up to last year, I believed it. And last year I got a 79, and I was so scared I was gonna stay a sophomore. Like, I was so scared because I didn't want to. I was like, you're kidding.
Bro, your mom went hell.
Yeah, like, I guess at some point she thought I forgot, you know?
Yeah.
Or she thought that I got over that fear, but no, like, I thought I was gonna stay a sophomore. I was like,
It really be like that sometimes. Huh?
it do. I didn't know what to do once I saw that 79.
A lot of people nowadays, like, are like that, but with, like, 80s. Like,
Also, it wasn't even, like, in my report card. Like, it was, like, in, like, not my grade, like, the one you get, like,
progress report?
progress report. And I was very scared about it. I was like, you're kidding. Like, I'm gonna fail.
The one that I was saying, like, before this, I got multiple because my family went a little bit rough. But one, like, to make sure that, like, I didn't wander off, like, in the stores or anything, my parents would always tell me, if you wander off, the cucaracha is gonna come and get you. And to this day, I'm terrified of cockroaches. I'm so scared. Like, the other day, I was with Maybeth and we saw a cockroach. I cried for 10 minutes.
She did.
No way.
I cried for 10 minutes. I was so scared. I was so scared. And then she hit it with my shoe. I just cried even harder.
I know, I was like, dude, it's dead now. And he was like, but that was my shoe. And I was like, is it not dead?
Really, cockroaches don't actually die from being crushed.
Don't scare me.
Have you never seen Wall-E?
Yes, he kept on running over.
I know, he runs over his own cockroach and it just springs
like,
back up.
It's a real thing. It's happened. Like, I killed a cockroach before, and I left to go get a broom. Yeah, kill a cockroach before. Yeah, and I left to go get a broom. I come back, it's gone.
Nah, you just gotta spray those suckers with rain, like, so much.
Cockroaches are just, what's the word? Immortal? Is that the right word?
My mom would also just like little things like turning on the light in your car. She'd be like, "That's illegal."
I wish you would slam my
Yeah.
door.
Or she would say like getting more than 3 chips of bag at the store was illegal. Like, she was like, "You just can't do that." Like, and I was like, "For real?" Like, I'd be like, "Dang." Then I'd see people with like 5, and I was like, "They're going to jail." I'd be like, "They're going to jail."
Oh, do y'all have any?
My parents would always tell me, like, it was back in, I believe, first grade. I can't remember. I do remember being in Fort Stockton. That's when we moved there. So, I remember we would stay out late, like maybe like 11 at night, and my mom and dad would come out and they're like, "If y'all don't come inside, that chupacabra is gonna come out and get ya." And then we're like, "What is that?" And then our family is Mexican. I can't remember it correctly, but she said it was like a giant rat, and I was like, I don't.
It's like kind of like a Bigfoot kind of thing. Like, it's like a myth, and it's like it eats kids and like goats. Well, the term for it is like goat eater.
Yeah.
And it's like it haunts people. It's like kind of like a Bigfoot, but like it eats kids.
That's
You know?
really scary. Why would parents like torturize you like that?
Because we're Mexican.
Yeah, my mom.
But there was like 2 lights, like from my alley, you could see like 2 orange lights that are like about the same height, but like so far apart. And then my parents like, "That's it over there." like it. To me, back in like first grade, it was like really scary just seeing them 2 lights because I thought they were eyes.
Turns out they set them up. Like, they were like.
No, they're actually street lights. So.
Something that my mom does with my 2 little brothers right now that absolutely drives them crazy is like whenever like we're driving like in the car and like they start like like having like a tantrum, like they start crying, yelling, like throwing toys, my mom will be like, the cops are gonna get you, look, they're right there. And then they're like, no, no, don't let them take me, don't let them take me. They freak out, and I think it's so funny, but then at the same time I went through that, like,
My mom would tell me about La Llorona, which is like the weeping woman.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
like, well, like a brief story for it is like, this woman was cheated on by her husband, and she couldn't take it, so she drowned her kids in an attempt to also drown herself, but she didn't drown. So like, God punished her by always like she's in earth to look for the soul of her children, but obviously her children are somewhere else. And basically, my mom would be like, she's gonna come and get you, like, if you behave like, cause she would say that her kids were like bad kids. She was like, if you behave like a bad kid, she's gonna think you're her kid, and she's gonna get you. And I'd be like, no, I'm a good kid, like, I swear, I don't get 70s, Mom. Like,
I don't get that.
I think they made a movie about you.
They did.
yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks.
It's bad.
Oh,
It's
it's
really
not
bad.
that
I've been
bad.
wanting
I
to
mean,
see
it's
it.
alright, but like,
It's
it's
not
not.
that
They
bad.
could have.
They could have
worked on
put
it
more culture into it, since it's like a cultural thing.
Like I think, where does the movie take? It's not even like in.
It's not even like Mexico.
Like in Texas either. It's like in California.
Yeah, it's like well, California, I get it, but like it's also like,
It's just.
do you hear
It
anybody
doesn't
sometimes
technically
you
have to
live
be
in?
like in Mexico or like around Mexico. It's
No, but
just
like-
for Mexican family that it passes through. So like
Yeah,
every,
but they don't even teach you like really about it. You know what I mean? Like there's culture to things like that. Like if you're gonna teach about, like let's say like an Arab, like an European like myth, you're gonna get told like why, where it comes from, like why it comes from, and like that the movie didn't do anything like that. Like it really did. I watched it and I was like, this is so bland vanilla, you know. I was like, not even vanilla, it's just bland vanilla. I didn't like it. I didn't feel scared.
Scared.
My childhood was way scarier than
That's
that movie.
that's a lot coming from you, because you get scared quite easily.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Do you have any, Gabriel?
Oh, you had a question that you
Yeah,
were gonna
I
ask
did
us.
have a
What
question.
were you gonna ask when we were starting?
Yeah, but
Did you forget?
No, but it's like, it's not like on this topic. It's kind of like moving from the topic, but like
Go ahead and ask me.
y'all ever really like so? You know how like we're getting older, right? Like
Sad.
we wanna like
Just say no.
we wanna find the job. Do y'all actually consider like the military, like some like have y'all actually like considered the benefits of going? to
So
the
you're picking
military?
up on what we were talking about yesterday.
He
Kinda, yeah.
I was. He
Well,
wasn't kidding when he said it's a complete.
My dad always had that dream because I have 4 siblings, so it's like he was like, oh, you guys could all go to a branch in the military. Like that was a dream, because my grandpa went to the military, and my dad was, I don't know if he ever went. Like I don't think so, but that was like always his dream, and I considered it for like a long time. Like maybe I stopped in like 8th grade, so like that was like not even that long ago, but definitely not. Like today I would not join it. I'm too much of a wuss.
Yeah, me too. There's a couple of my family members have gone into that, and like they got like a lot of like benefits from it too, and like that's what they always stress about, like
Yeah,
that
you
for
get-
me to go and like get everything that I can, like get all the help that I can, but I'll be real with you, I'm scared.
Yeah, because my dad has told me that my cousin and I think my godfather were in the military, and they told me all the benefits you get from it, like free college. They even told me like you get to like go around places.
Mm-hmm.
It depends what branch you're in.
Yeah.
What about you? Is that something you're considering?
Actually, yesterday I was supposed to talk to a Marine recruiter.
Oh,
But
wow.
they were supposed to take me out of class, but they never did, so I never got the chance.
Oh,
I hope you get the chance, because it's like a good branch, you know. Like it has benefits, and if you love it, like you're passionate about it, you're gonna do great in it. But that's just a thing I've never considered.
bro, imagine Gavin putting in that work.
Okay, but I don't know, but okay, back to like the topic we were talking about first. My parents never threatened me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they never.
Boiled.
I mean, maybe, but they never.
Maybe.
Like, they never threatened me with like anything major. Like, I was afraid of bugs, and like they had like a dead scorpion in a. It was dead, and they had it in a
They have
bag.
it in a jar. Oh.
And like they would just threaten us by like taking it to us.
Your cousin with the
But like that was it. Like they didn't really like threaten me with anything because like it's either they never did or I just can't remember. But like
I feel like you would remember.
one that everyone can get behind is the chancla and the belt.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but okay,
Yeah.
but there's a chancla belt. But what about the hand though?
I've never been back and slapped him.
You've never gotten
Not
slapped.
in the face, dog.
No, like maybe like when they hit my mouth, like I said something dumb or something, they'd be like,
Oh, so I'm the only one who's ever gotten slapped. then?
I haven't gotten like
I mean, I
novella
have.
slap when they just go, you know?
Me and
I know,
Gavin
just
know the
like-
pain then.
Well, harder than
It
this,
doesn't
you know?
hurt.
Well then, y'all's mom didn't put enough force into it.
Oh, my
Have you
mom
met
will
my
force into it,
stepdad?
alright?
My dad hits me, not my mom.
My mom would hit me, and no, my dad gets me with the belt.
Let's move from this topic.
And the God, like
Let's move
I'm
from this.
afraid of the belt.
Gabriel,
Hmm?
move from the topic.
Why do you think like that your parents like would tell us things like this? Like obviously because
Well, they want us to behave. But
yeah,
like,
they want us to behave, but like why such a? Cause like
Well,
yeah,
y'all's was a
I
little
mean,
more.
The only way
Like-
that in human nature to learn about something
Is
is
to-
either to experience or to be be frightened.
I don't think so because the other day my brother he got scissors and he cut like you know the bed sheet like the one that's like really hard to put on like the lowest one I don't know what
The
it's called
fitted sheet?
the fetid sheet and he got it and he just snipped it you know and he cut holes cut like hearts and triangles and squares and then my mom saw it and she was mad and she was like oh I'm gonna hit you blah 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 and then he was like no like I didn't do it like he kept saying he didn't do it like he was scared and being scared prompted him to saying he didn't do it so he wouldn't get in trouble so I was like look if you tell me who it is you won't get in trouble but you won't do that again like rewarding him kind of in a way and he told like he was like okay yeah it was me but like I was just scared and that's why I lied and I was like look lying is worse than cutting cheeks like,
Well,
you know
that's
what I mean?
human nature to lie, like in a
Yeah,
situation
yeah,
like
but
that.
like rewarding him like to not lie instead of punishing him for what he did was way better. And now the other day he like broke something and he went and told my mom. He was like, "Look, like I'm telling you this so you won't hit me and you won't be mad at me, but I broke like I think it was a glass of water." And he was like, "I broke the glass of water and I told Mavis to clean it up and I'm very sorry." You know, it's like cuz like if you are used to getting hit by your parents, it's not like whenever you do something wrong, you're gonna go tell them to fix it, you know? Like, let's say, when I crashed my car, I went and told my parents because I knew that I was gonna get in trouble, but they were gonna help fix it, you know? And, like, some people will just, like, maybe not even go and sleep home because they're like, my parents are gonna kill me. And that's never a thing you want your kids to feel like, you know? And my part, like, that's how I feel, like, that's what my parents have always told me. They're like, we would rather you come to us and tell us what you did wrong than like just hide it from us and like lie. That's always been like a reinforced thing, but like they taught me that like a couple years ago, not like when I was a kid. Like my brother's 4, and like the fact that he's doing that right now, I think that's crazy. Like he went and told them himself. He was like, "Look, I broke this, and I'm sorry, and I'm not gonna lie about it." And like, which one do you think is more rewarding? Like, which one do you think works best? I guess it depends on the kid too.
I was raised different, so like I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like if that would have been an opportunity for me, I maybe wouldn't have done it. Like I would have still lied. So I think it depends on the kid.
Yeah, it's different. Like for me, again, I was hit, so like, I try not to do anything bad.
You avoid doing things bad, like in general.
Like, I'll still try to like lie, but like again, I try not to do anything bad because if I know I mess up like big time, I'm gonna get hit.
No, bro, you lie, and if they're catching on to you, then you'll be like, and then you change your story. Like,
That's what makes
No,
it
that's-
worse. Like you lie, but then like you continue to lie, but you change the story midway. Like that's not what you said.
But I think, but
yeah,
like,
they'll catch on to it and then
but
they'll be
I
like,
don't
well,
know. This is just my perspective, but I feel like just like
They'll just be like, y'all
just take the hit, just like just hit them and like like I don't want to sound like rude, but like I like they would actually I know like the whole like rewarding them for like not lying, but like you gotta
That's the point. You don't reward them for lying.
like that, but
well, like
to
my
me it's just
brother-
like if they get hit they're gonna like granted it's gonna be like a bad memory
like
for them.
there's also like different things, like you won't like if let's say that I hit Angel and then my mom would be like, okay, not hit him again, and then I got rewarded for not hitting him again. I think I should have like been punished for hitting him in the first place. You know what I mean? Like it depends on the situation.
When do you think lying is good? Like in any aspect, not just what we're talking about.
Between life and death.
Yes.
Like, if you're a lawyer,
Wait.
Wait.
lawyers
That's
have to lie.
That's not what I was expecting.
That's
No,
their job.
okay,
Lie.
well, let's say like there was this case, Rodney, I can't remember his name.
Jeffrey Epstein.
No. Rodney something, and basically he was convicted and he went to jail. He was in a death sentence for murdering this woman, and they found it very inconclusive that he could have done it. Like they just had no evidence that he could have done it, other than the fact that they saw him walking around like 6 hours prior to where the victim was found. You know, and like he lived by there. You know, so like why? Anyways, he was found guilty.
So
Went
he
to
was
jail.
wrongfully accused.
Yeah, he was wrongly accused. And then they're gonna do like another trial, and like if let's say that the other, cause I think it was like the husband was suing him, and like let's say that the husband confesses to his lawyer like, hey, he didn't kill my wife, like I killed my wife. Like the lawyer has to live with that, but still try to prosecute the other dude. Like still have to be like, oh well, I still have to defend my client, you know, because that's what they're getting paid for. As a lawyer, you can't just be like, you know what, he told me he did it. Like you can't do that. I don't think.
Would you still get paid
Yeah.
if that was a situation?
Not
would
as
you still-
much. If a lawyer loses a case, he gets paid, but not as much as when you win the case.
No, he means like if
Oh.
like if he tells on his client, like will you still get paid?
Oh, yeah, because you're still doing the work.
Like if
But
you,
if he comes clean, then it's like
it's a different thing, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if y'all feel it, but like the illusion of the fire makes me feel warm. Like right here, I feel warm. I don't know, like maybe I'm going crazy.
It's I think it's in your head.
Like touch it?
I mean,
Like,
the
touch
screen
it?
itself is a little warm.
Okay, that's what I feel. Cause I was like, for a second I thought it was like a real like, you know those chimneys, like the one I have in my house, like the fake electric one. I thought that's what it was. I was like, no, that's her screen.
How do y'all feel about like, I don't know, this is just something like I kind of wanted to talk about out of nowhere, like people that get like convicted like of murder or just like anything, but like have like disorders or like disabilities, because like this rapper that we know, like he has a double murder charge, but he has
he's not
Multiple
stable. He's not
personality
stable,
disorder.
yeah,
right, basically.
Yeah.
yeah, he has
I think they should
Actually-
get help.
I actually, was it yesterday? 2 days ago, in my government class, we were talking about the amendment of that. Yeah.
In Mr.
you-
Thomas's class, yeah.
We're talking about amendment, like if someone does murder but they're not stable,
Does murder. Sorry.
or if they're a minor, like 17 and under,
They
Yeah.
cannot be.
they cannot
given-
be charged with what is
death
it?
penalty.
Death penalty.
But
So what
oh
happens
wait,
to them?
yeah,
they
no.
get
Like they
What
can't
is-
be trialed as an adult. Like they can't be.
No,
Yeah,
what
is
they-
that the word trial?
No.
Tried as an. I thought it was.
no. If they were unstable or a minor, then they don't get sentenced to death. What happens is they do go to jail.
Yeah, but
Or-
the whole thing is that what Angel's asking is like, should you even be charged to go to jail, or should you be charged to go
Well, yeah.
to a
Like-
mental
Like,
hospital?
I mean, you
try
still
to like
created-
try to like
You-
get like
depending on how bad it is, like how bad your mental illness is, you'll go to solitary confinement.
Well, the dude has a mentality disorder, don't you think?
Like how
Cause
bad
like
is it?
like he switches like personalities. Like one day like he can be himself, like upbeat, happy, like he's just like having fun, and then like the other half of the day like it just like he
See,
just
I don't-
switches and like he's
I
like
don't see it
not
as
how it
multiple personality. I see that as like they call it bipolar, but if he has like multiple ones, and it's like
Yeah, it's multiple personality disorder, and the thing is that, like, don't you think jail is not gonna strain him out? Like, if it's a mental disorder, doesn't he have to go to like a mental facility for it? Like, that's what I think should be done. Also, do you think minors? The other day I was reading up on a case, and it was this girl who killed, I think it was her parents, but she was like, no, she didn't kill her parents. She killed like a friend of hers. She was like 8 or 9. Do you think she should be tried as an adult?
No,
No.
she can't. By law, she can't.
cannot.
Well, she was, and she's still in jail to this day, cause the murder was like gory. I'm not gonna describe it or anything, but it was gory. And the thing is that she's still in jail.
Yeah, she should be in jail, but again, she shouldn't
No,
be tried.
as soon
by
as-
law, she can't be tried as an adult.
she was tried as an adult, and as soon as she went to jail with the adults. Like, she wasn't put in juvie; she was put with the adults.
why do you think
Yeah,
people do
that's
that?
you. By law, they can't do
I
that.
don't think it was in the U.S.
Oh,
I think that's why.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was in the
Yeah,
UK.
whatever
well
happens, like, in
then that's
another
different.
country,
But like here in the U.S., by law, they cannot
It
try
was
you
also in the
as.
70s.
You still see a lot of people, like a lot of that happen today, like in some like
I
rare
think-
circumstances and cases.
I think if it's like some sort of case, they'll be like, okay, let's change it. I don't think she was 8. I think she was older than that. But when she started like committing stuff like that, like, she was 8. But I think it's so. I think because in other states, like, I think it's Canada and like Britain and like I think
Countries.
Australia, yeah, in other countries.
I
was
like I
gonna-
heard states and I'm like
In other countries, they, instead of like when they conclude that the person who committed a crime has a mental disorder, they're sent to a mental facility. Because let's say you get charged and you spend 12 years in jail and you have a mental disorder, you're not gonna get over it in jail. Who says you're not gonna come out and do the same thing again? And even with people that don't have mental disorders, who says you're gonna come out and not do it again? Because a lot of people do. A lot of people come out and steal, rob, like, who says you're not gonna do it again? Especially somebody that maybe didn't even understand why they did time. Or they didn't even understand they were in there,
Yeah.
So I think they should at least get some mental help, like get a counselor every week or something. What were you saying about Epstein or Epes? Is that how you say it?
Epstein,
Yeah.
nothing.
You were like, never
I was
mind.
gonna say like his court case. People really think he did commit suicide.
Mm.
But
I just think, I don't know. I think people that have, because people in the normal world, people, everyday people can get help for their mental disorder. So why can't people in jail? Like, they're still people, and sometimes it's not their fault for what they did.
that's true. Trying to think of something, but like,
He's like, I'm trying to think of a counter argument.
but like, what if they're just like too far gone? I know you can help people, but like, there's some people that are like so far gone. Are they even worth helping?
Well, if they're too far gone, why not just get it over with, Why have them in jail where they can also be a hazard to other people?
Mm-hmm.
But also, do you guys agree with the death sentence? That's such a weird statement. Like, I personally, I think it's, because like, in some way, I guess they like, the argument is that they deserve it, but don't they deserve to serve the time,
But sometimes it's just like that time isn't enough. Like,
If you can't do the crime.
don't. If you it was don't.
I
you
know, I'm
can't do
kidding.
it. I'm about to say.
What if if they have a life sentence, they just spend their life in jail. But if it's a double life sentence, then you.
Versus the
I
thing
wonder
that.
how that works. Is that like a real thing?
Yeah, no. There's like
There's people with like.
serial murderers. They get like, I know there's one that has 8 life sentences plus like, I think he has years. Like he has like
I don't.
he has like 8 life sentences and like 6 years or something like that. Like it's
Huh?
outrageous.
I don't know how that works.
Cause he
Yeah.
like a lot of people.
No, but how does that work?
Like Ted Bundy, I think got 3 life sentences.
But like,
How does it
like
Obviously-
how does that work? Like,
Obviously, it doesn't make sense in the fact that he's not gonna live throughout it, but that's how harsh his punishment was by law. Like by law,
Like-
that's how absurd it should be. That's how bad he is of a person. That he should like spend what's a life sentence? 70 years. That he should spend like 210 years in jail. Like
I figured
that's
a life
crazy.
sentence was just your whole life. I didn't
Yeah, but-
know that. Did I?
Yeah, but the average
Oh,
human life is
it's-
70
oh,
years.
okay.
Yeah. So like 210 years in jail. Like that's basically what they're saying. Like they're not obviously not gonna serve it because you never know how long someone's actually gonna
Imagine
live.
they
but-
just freeze them, and then once their time, like every like however many years, they just bring them back to life. Like he serves like some time, and then they freeze them again.
Oh God, dude.
They just keep on doing that to like mess
Well,
with them.
A lot of people think that like
I mean, you
Uh,
never know that could be possible. in the
that-
future.
like a lot of people think that they should like the charges sound absurd and a lot of people think that like yeah he should be getting like 3 death or 3 life sentences but like you shouldn't say that in court. Like they think that they should like just stick to like 1 life sentences because he can't live 3. Like you can't live more than 1, and that's why people are like really outraged by that. Like how he was right now, like he was like you can't do that. Like you can get put to do it, but obviously it's not gonna happen.
Did y'all hear about that? I don't know if it was real, but they're saying like this man who was serving a life sentence in jail. I don't know what happened. I think he had like a
okay.
stroke or something, and then like so
he was dead for
he-
like a few minutes.
and then they
and
brought
then
him back to life, and then he was like, I died, and I came back, like my life sentence like should be over because I died. Like, you know, like did you guys see that? I thought that was like, I don't know, I
what
thought
do
that
you
was
think
pretty
should
funny.
be done though? Like I
Like,
mean the man has a case, you know.
I know, like honestly, like if you think about it, that kind of makes sense.
But also, what did he do?
Yeah, like
Why was he in there? And it,
and when I was reading that, I don't know, I just thought it was funny. I was like,
I thought it was really funny.
I was like, he has a point.
Good
I mean,
statement.
Matt has a point. Like it makes sense.
I gotta give him some credit for even like coming up with that, you know? Like I wouldn't have thought of that. I would have been like,
Okay, time to jail.
where's my bread and water? Like,
A lot of people also seem like to be really outraged by like the prison system because here's the thing,
Really?
it takes more tax money to give someone a death sentence, like for somebody to have them like die by euthanization, than it takes to have somebody in jail for like their whole life. So do you even think they should like keep them for the whole life? Because like that is tax money, you know.
To be fair, like a lot of our rules were made like so long ago that like they just kind of like don't keep up. Like
Mm-hmm.
they need to like
The justice system.
like
The
like
justice
a lot
system
of
is
the,
very
our like even our
outdated.
like who said our curriculum, right, when we were talking about like books, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Our curriculum is so old. Like we
Update.
like we have like we need to like update this stuff a
Yeah.
lot. Like not every not every
Like every few years.
like yeah, like update it like so that way there's new there's new ways for this to be done, so that way like it doesn't take so much
Time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because to some people it makes no sense that like you have a person that did the crime and you house them, give them food every day, like give them a place to stay every day, and it's like, okay, that kind like I can see where they're coming from. Like they're probably like living a better life than some homeless people are. You
Yeah,
know.
that's the thing. Like growing up too, like a lot. Like I heard a lot of like people like homeless people and stuff like that, like they would do crimes so they could go to jail, and they
Have a
would
place to
so they would have food every day. They would have somewhere at least
Makes
to
me
live.
very upset.
Like, cause like for a homeless person, like that's like very like
Nothing.
beneficial, you know, cause like you have nothing, and then you're going in there like, and you're giving like everything that you didn't have. Like I heard that a lot growing up, and I don't know, that was just kind of like saddening that that's what they had to do.
Well, I know there was a movement like a couple years ago. I don't know if it started or not. That old jails were being like, they wanted to make old jails into homeless shelters. Like they wanted to revamp them, like build them back up, like maybe take the cells out and
Yeah.
make them like.
We definitely need something like that here, especially like, I don't know if the people like that you see at Walmart are being for real or not, cause like,
He
yeah,
said
like,
no.
there's a lot of them that
I
like just
agree
fake it.
with Kevin, because like you see a lot like
Yeah, but I
like
know-
my grandma's old and she's gonna give her
Like,
opinion, but like
Actually, yeah, I remember that guy that threatened to shoot up the game last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was homeless. How can a homeless person own a firearm?
like yeah like
So,
Maybe he stole it.
Yeah, like and plus maybe he made like there's just the many things that can go into that. Like maybe he made a deal with someone.
I just think
and
like
since we're just giving him the benefit of the doubt. Is that how you would
I've always thought like whenever I become rich and famous, I'm just kidding. Whenever I get money, like I grow up and I save money up and I want to come back to PHS and I want to make something like that, something like a homeless shelter, or not necessarily homeless, but just where people, or like during the summer, during the winter, that don't have a place to stay, that don't have a home to stay, that aren't welcomed in their own house or something, where they can come and stay, have a nice food, like warm food, roof over their head, like that, have somewhere to stay. Because I maybe not like necessarily anything fancy, but I just want people to have a place to rely on.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe like within the process, like help them like, cause a lot of issues like
There's
they,
the thing is that you can't get a job
yeah, that's
without
what I'm saying.
having an address, and you can't have an address without getting a job.
And then while they're there, they can like you get like officials and like just people like to help them like learn
Yeah.
how to get back on their feet, learn how like to get like a job and like just stuff like that. Stuff like that will help them guide them and stay off the streets.
Like I don't know, I feel like that's a really cool thing I've always thought of. So.
Well, that about wraps up our time here at Omega. Thank y'all for watching. We really appreciate it. We'll come back very soon and do another show. Y'all stay safe, and this is Angel signing off.